And we welcome you inside of the Panther pit, getting set for more Mountain 7 conference action. Tonight it's the Tuscola Mountaineers invading the Panther pit to take on the Franklin Panthers. Good evening, I'm George Young alongside Byron McClure. Glad that you're with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Beautiful night, a little touch of fall in the air as these two teams do battle. Byron, Panthers got their first win last week. Tuscola comes in at 2-2, and this is their first conference game.
You know, this is a familiar foe, and some things don't change, but some things do. We've got a new head coach across the way over there. Franklin comes in with hopefully some momentum from the first win of the season. This team, I think everybody in Western North Carolina, with a transfer at quarterback, a former NFL head coach, what were they going to do? Right now they're 2-2. This could be a good game. I'm excited to see what these two teams have in store for one another tonight.
Well, the Tuscola fans agree with you, Byron, because there's a ton of Tuscola fans that have made their way across the way from where we're located here in the press box, and they're going to be cheering on their Mountaineers here in just a few moments. Well, last week it was a ugly, but we'll take it, win against the East Henderson Eagles. 24-8 was the final. A lot of things to coach this week, a lot of mistakes, a lot of things to clean up, but when you do that after a win, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and you know, I want to say too, and people watching the broadcast or hearing the Panther pit last week, what really stood out to me, George, we got some really good defensive play from the secondary, finally, from the Panthers, and saw kids flying around, making plays. I think the story continues to be, for the Panthers, an emerging leader, the sophomore Attic Sutton. You and I were just talking 30 minutes ago, 150 yards on the ground, which, of course, led the team in tackles with 8. Just another solid performance from that sophomore. Brock Bradley threw it around. Didn't have a ton of yards passing, but had a pretty good completion percentage. And so overall, a good effort. It wasn't dominating, but it was a good first step for the Panthers.
Well, we talked about this is the first conference ball game for the Tuscola Mountaineers. Here are the conference standings just through 1 week. But you see at the top of the conference, you've got two undefeated teams in West Henderson and Pisgah. They're both 1-0. The Panthers at 1-3, but 1-0 in the conference. North Henderson lost to West Henderson last week. They're 3-1. They've got a good record. You see Tuscola 0-0 in the conference. First game in conference tonight, 2-2. And there are some common opponents with Franklin and Tuscola, one being Swain, and that was the last opponent, and they lost a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, Swain edged them out. I think it was a 3-4 point game, really close. Come down to a couple of last-minute plays. And, of course, we put together a couple of good quarters against Swain and then just sort of got away from us there. So you're right, the only common opponent. And as I look at that screen, you know, what jumps out to me right now, obviously West Henderson is the class of the conference. They are just blowing everybody out.
Yeah.
You don't even really know how good North Henderson is because West is that strong. Pisgah, they're going to strap it up and come play every single year. It doesn't matter, talent cycle or whatever, they're coming to play. Smoky and East, of course, still looking for their first win of the season. And, of course, tonight, Tuscola playing their first conference game, like you said.
Both teams are coming out of the locker room. At least Tuscola's captains have made their way, and here come the Panthers captains you see on screen coming out for the toss of the coin here very, very shortly. And guess what? We've got our captain back this week.
Man, I am so glad to have that dude. He did his mic warm up, and it just filled me with all these good warm feelings. It's great. You can tell he's out of practice. He don't have his headset on right now. Here we are wanting to hear from him, and we can't even get his attention.
He's talking to, is that Jim Garner?
I think it is Garner.
It is Garner. So he's bending his ear right now. As Mike Wood will join us here very, very shortly as we're about to have the toss of the coin. And we'll talk about Tuscola and their first-year head coach, Jonathan Crompton. After the toss of the coin, Panthers, as you see, are dressed in their smoky grays tonight. We saw the black unis last week.
Jacob Gibson back in the lineup for the Panthers this week.
Mike, you with us? He's still trying to get his headset on. Mike, you with us?
I'm with you.
Oh, yes, it's great to hear your voice. Welcome back. We'll have the toss of the coin here. We've got the head referee toss it in the air. So we'll shake everybody's hands.
All right, guys. Now, captains for reasons, you take care of your teams, all right? Make sure you keep our knees covered up, wear our pads how they're supposed to be worn, bracelets, get rid of all those bracelets, all right? Tell your teammates when you get back over. Don't have any questions about it. All right. So let's go. You're the visitors. Blue side's the head, and that's the tail, okay? The tail. What are you going to call?
Tail.
He calls tails. It is the heads. Be the first. We'll be the first.
So Franklin won the toss and has elected to defer to the second half. Beautiful night, and it's a beautiful sight seeing Mike Wood make his way to the sideline. I know that you're really, really happy to be back on the sideline.
You know, I have missed the old Friday night lights. High school football, you know I love it. I root for all the kids, just the ones with the F a little harder. But great locker room atmosphere. He's asking the players tonight to come out with some attitude, be aggressive, fight as long as you can fight. Don't even look at the scoreboard. So kids seemed a little pumped up. I know we have a young team. I've watched them on film. You know, I've missed a game, but I think we'll come out with a little spark tonight, guys.
We'll see. They're about to make their way onto the field. We'll talk quickly about Jonathan Crompton, Tuscola legend, returning to the sidelines. This is his first year as a head coach on any level. Last year he was with West Henderson, but spent 7 seasons in the professional ranks in the NFL and the CFL, was drafted by San Diego, played for head coaches Philip Former and Lane Kiffin.
You know, I don't know how he'll be as a head coach, but he was one hell of a player.
He was.
I called his games, some 20 years ago. He had Fred Goldsmith's full respect, I can tell you that. What most people don't remember or don't know, he's known as a quarterback. I will tell you this. He was a better defensive back to me than he was quarterback. He was a threat at any point to take the football away from you, and he could make tackles all over the field.
See the Panthers coming onto the field. The youngsters are with them. You see them scurrying off, which is always a good thing to see, starting them young and getting them into this atmosphere so that they'll crave it once they get up into the high school level. Band finishing the fight song. Ironically, it's a Tennessee fight song. Sure, Jonathan Crompton likes that on the opposite sideline.
Oh, there's some people in the crowd that might have objections to it, but we'll call it the Franklin fight song tonight. How's that?
Well, the band will exit, and we'll get this one underway. As we mentioned, both teams coming in with high hopes. Panthers at 1-3 and Tuscola at 2-2. Asheville and Swain, the 2 losses that Tuscola had. They will kick it away to the Panthers.
And, George, we're going to kick this ball away. One thing we didn't mention here in the pregame, you look at the stats on paper, and obviously Tuscola is going to get the football one way or another, but, man, right now they're averaging on the season over 30 points a game, and you wonder how that stacks up. Right now the Panthers averaging almost 13 points a game. So you've got a team that's struggling to put up more than 2 touchdowns in a game and one that's putting over 4 touchdowns a game.
Will Sinclair has teed it up. He's got a big leg back deep to receive. Williamson along with Vang as Sinclair approaches the football, and we are underway. That one is heading deep into the end zone for a touchback.
Continuing the theme from last week is Will Sinclair. Big leg.
We'll see the Tuscola Mountaineers and what Coach Jonathan Crompton will send out offensively. So I mentioned very briefly, he was the offensive coordinator at West Henderson last year, and he put up horrific numbers on the offensive side for the Falcons. Now the head man at Tuscola.
As you can probably imagine, George, they're going to throw it around a lot. Right now, Jed West, the quarterback, the transfer from Smoky Mountain High School, he's got over 20 passing attempts per game on average, has over 900 yards just 4 games into the season.
He'll set up in the gun. He'll hand off. That's Williamson, Cooper Williamson. is going to gain a couple to the 23-yard line, make it a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
One of the other things you'll have to watch for tonight, guys, Jed West not only a passing threat, he is the leading rusher on this team. I think with, I believe it's 85 yards a game rushing out of the pocket. So we'll have to keep someone spied in on him or he could hurt us with his legs as well.
West grabs the shotgun snap, drops, now heaves, and overshoots his intended receiver. Trying to hit KJ Vang at about the 50-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7. And, you know, one of the storylines, too, with Jed West transferring from Smoky, Jonathan Crompton was his coach, quarterback's coach, and worked with him for a couple of years before this season, so they know each other pretty well.
Certainly built a bond, and then, of course, Jed ends up going to school over there.
3rd and 7 for the Mountaineers. West claps, grabs the snap. Just heaves it to the sideline and out of bounds. Nowhere near his intended receiver, and I believe he was trying to hit Vang once again. Yeah, that's going to bring on the punting unit at 4th and 7.
Guys, that's a great first stand on defense. Mike, what do you think?
Absolutely. The Panthers were coming off the ball pretty good. A couple errant passes there, but really good D first series.
Wells back deep for Tuscola.
So back deep to kick it away for the Tuscola Mountaineers is Wells, their punter, and he gets his foot into it. It hit about the 50. And did it hit a Panthers? The question. It'll be Panther football right about the 44.
Kind of hard to tell from my angle. Mike, was that a left-footed punter?
Yeah, it was. Looked a little Australian style, too, but pretty good boot, high school boot.
The Panthers' first shot offensively. We'll see if they can build on some of the momentum that they received last week in that win against East Henderson here at the pit.
Brock Bradley 9 of 14 last week.
He's going to settle under center at a traditional offset eye. At a hand to Attic Sutton. Sutton about the 48. Gains right at 4 yards. Good gainer on first down. To bring up 2nd and short, 2nd and 6.
Heard some really good things on that young man there, number 30 in town. Hard runner.
He's playing hard on both sides of the football, Mike. Leading the team in tackles, rushing.
Play clock is down to 19 as I look to the sideline. Sorry, Byron.
No, I just going to say, really important this O-line for Franklin tonight. Establish the run game for us.
Nickerson with maybe a yard inside. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. Glad that you are with us. I'm George Young, Byron McClure, Mike Wood. Crew back together here at the pit, along with our fantastic crew. We've got our complement of camera folks tonight, Christine and Phillip, and, of course, our executive producer, Clinton Taylor. One of the replays for us and switch it and handling all the behind-the-scenes for us here on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network as we tick under 10 minutes left in the opening quarter. Shope goes in motion. Bradley, bootleg, fires complete. First down, Nickerson into Tuscola territory, out of bounds at about the 34.
Yeah, notice Wyatt Cantrell came off the field. Panthers brought in another tight end, so a 2 tight end set there. And hit Gabe Nickerson here out of the backfield. And this is sort of what Brock did last week. It wasn't nothing, flashy, but made those short dumps like he needs to for the Panther offense to keep rolling.
And, I don't know if you could see it up top there. He put that ball exactly where it needed to be, and the other receiver ran a corner, take the safety with him. Beautiful execution.
First down, hand to Sutton, right side. Got a blocker. Sutton to the 25-yard line. Big gain on first down. Going to bring up 2nd and short.
Man, this is really good starting out, guys. I mean, this is what the Panthers needed to do. We got really fortunate with the 3 and out. Look at the offensive line up here. Gibson, and you see even Nickerson come through and delivering a lead block for Sutton. And we're sitting here 2nd and 1. That is a great – the playbook is huge on 2nd and 1.
We tick towards 9 minutes left. First quarter. Glad that you have tuned in on this September 9th high school football action. As Nickerson will pick up the first down for the Panthers inside the 25 down to the 22.
These are not the two guys that we thought at the beginning of the year were going to be toting the football all the time, but they have stepped up to the challenge. Attic Sutton and Gabe Nickerson, as we have lost, the two starting running backs for the season. Still pains me to see Braden Hervey walking around injured. Probably no more than it does him, though, right? I mean, I know that boy wants out there. Yeah,
absolutely. 8.5 left. First down at the Tuscola 22-yard line for Brock Bradley. He takes the snap, hands to Sutton, jukes one defender into traffic at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard. Goes Attic Sutton, so it'll bring up second down and long, second and about 9 for the Panthers.
Second and 9.
See Logan Dill, Miguel Diaz, Maverick Waldrop, Bryson Gibbs, Jacob Gibson on the line tonight for the Panthers.
Yeah, they were challenged before the game, too. Pretty good speech, asking about effort and attitude. So see how that pans out tonight.
You can definitely see it early on here. They are charged up, that offensive line, but making some holes for Sutton and Gibson.
Yeah, and it's not a secret. We don't have the fireworks, right? We don't have the firepower to just put a bunch of points up, but we've got to control the game by running the football.
And Sutton not able to shake a defender.
At the 21-yard line.
No gain on third down as Hudson Blackburn able to tackle Attic Sutton. Third down and 9 as we took under 7.5 left first quarter.
Yeah, the defense end there set the edge pretty good for Tuscola, made Attic turn it back inside. Then he had a bunch of help for the tackle.
Taking their time, 10 on the play clock.
Yeah, they are taking their time for sure.
Bradley going to swing it out. Has a receiver. It's caught, but he is going nowhere. Nice solo tackle by Sam Decker on Braylon Desarn. No gain, so here comes the field goal unit.
Yeah, again, not a bad first possession. I mean, shoot up some time, give us a chance here to, put up 3 points. We've got the kids that can kick these through the uprights. Who's the choice tonight? Is that Riddle?
It's going to be Daniel Riddle.
Yeah.
Riddle.
A 40-yard field goal attempt. Got the distance.
Good. Yeah, baby.
It's good. Daniel Riddle nails a 40-yard field goal from the left hash.
How about that for a high school kicker, huh?
That's pretty good, man. That's good stuff.
He won a kicking camp this summer out in Louisiana, got invited to and won the camp with a 51-yarder.
Nice.
Wow. Well, Coach Brooks has talked about the fact that he can hit it from all over the field, and we thought we were going to see him earlier this season for about a 50-yarder. That one was 40, and it puts the Franklin Panthers up 3-0 over the Tuscola Mountaineers. 6:14 left in the opening quarter. Fans, coming up next week, we've got some more Panther broadcast for you here on FPSN. Boys soccer right here at the pit. Coming up Monday, 7 o'clock, it's the Ballacowee Mountain. And then Tuesday, some volleyball as it's Pisgah and Franklin at the Panther Den. That's a 6 o'clock or so. Usually it's about 6:30 when they kick it off. We'll have those for you right here on YouTube and Facebook. But if you haven't already, go ahead and like, subscribe to our channels to make sure you get notifications. Make sure the bell is on, and you get notifications when we go live, and you can keep track of all of our broadcasts. Sinclair kicks it deep into the end zone, 20-yard lines, where the Tuscola Mountaineers will take over first and 10. And if you just joined us, Tuscola got the opening kickoff, went 3 and out. Panthers able to just drive down and get close enough for Daniel Riddle to nail a 40-yard field goal, and that's where we stand with 6:14 left in the first.
Mike, you coached special teams for years. How nice is it to have a high school kid that can put it in the end zone?
I'm telling you, that's a live leg out there.
That's
the kid's getting some speed behind that ball.
Jed West in the gun. He'll send a man in motion with the Mountaineers. He'll swing it out. It's complete in the backfield. Trying to weave his way maybe 3 or 4 yards is Bryant Ancia.
Jonathan Crompton going to reel it in. They went downfield early, guys, on that first possession. He's going to let Jed West sort of get his feels with a short pass here on the first play of the second possession.
Ancia able to gain 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
But the air raid will continue. That is this team. That is what Tuscola does.
West is going to take off. And he's going to pick up the first down as he is upended right at the 30-yard line. You talked about his legs earlier, and he's the leading rusher.
Yeah, 85 yards a game from the quarterback. Not bad. Not bad at all, because he's averaging, 225 plus through the air. So he is their offense. He's got over 300 yards of offense himself a game.
He's got that swag, too, Byron. He definitely looks athletic out there.
He is very athletic. One of the most humble kids you will ever meet. He is a dynamite kid.
First down for the Mountaineers. And again, it's West that's going to take off. And he's going to tiptoe the sideline, stay in bounds, and get up close to the sticks. See if they mark him across the 40-yard line. Now flags are flying.
Late flag on the play.
And we hear the crowd from across the way making some noise.
Number 57 came out of there with his hands up. I didn't see it, guys.
Yeah, it was in traffic. We'll see if we can grab a replay here and see if Phillip was able to catch it on his camera. And he's out of bounds. Oh, yep, there we go. That'll get you every time.
Was it a little shove or something?
Oh, no, it wasn't, Mike. It was a big shove.
It was a send him into the
it was a big
front row shove.
Big shove by Big Boy. Yeah.
So that'll be a 15-yarder against the Panthers. And push it across the 50-yard line into a holding call against Tuscola. So there was 2 fouls here, but was that a dead ball foul? They may assess both of them.
Guys, while they're marching off, I'm just sitting here thinking, you know how many kids there are wish Clinton wasn't so good with that replay tool over there?
Yeah, it's hard to run away nowadays. Everybody can see what you did.
Jacob over there, 6'3", 6'4", I don't know what he weighs, but he can't hide.
Yeah, they're going to assess the 10-yard penalty.
Place at the 35.
Looks like after the dead ball penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
As an old football coach told me one time, Mike, the eye in the sky don't lie.
That's right.
1st and 5. West hands off. Williamson weaves his way out of bounds. Cooper Williamson, the junior running back, no gain for the Mountaineers on first down. Will bring up 2nd and 5. Just 7 seconds above 5 minutes left here in this first quarter. Nice crowd on hand. You see in our shot, Tuscola has filled up the visitor side. A lot of excitement in the Mountaineer program with Coach Jonathan Crompton. Jed West weaving his way out to the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for a Tuscola first down. And last year, guys, we went over and watched the game Franklin and Smoky Mountain, and Jed West was the quarterback, and he looks exactly the same. I mean, he is very slimy out there.
Guys, I'm gonna just give you the biggest revelation I've made, and I'm going to tell you, I have trouble in the press box here with the shadows. Unless Jed West has changed numbers, that is not Jed West. That is Jonas Howard.
It is. It is. Pass incomplete. He caught it, but it was out of bounds. Jackson had it, but he was already out of bounds.
And I'm embarrassed to say, Mike, is that the same kid that's been playing the whole time?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
It was 5 and 8. 8 is West, and I knew that, and I was looking, and I just –
well, I couldn't see it, but
yeah.
I did know that this kid looked smaller than Jed, and I just had somebody text me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our mistake. We make lots of them. We apologize.
Yeah, well, reason being,
looks very similar.
Yeah.
About the same height. So Howard weaves his way, heaves one in the air and incomplete. Had two receivers in the area as Jonas Howard just reared back and chunked it about 40 yards down the field.
Yeah, big thanks to Tim Anders. Hawkeye Tim pointed that out. And I did think that this person who we now know as Jonas Howard was a little smaller than Jed.
Yeah.
And Jed can run. Jed might have completed those first three passes, though.
Guys, I'm trying to find him on the sideline, but I don't see him over there. I don't know what happened.
Well, Jonas is obviously he's a lot to contain back there at his feet, and he's in
third down and flags at the initial snap. And it's a offsides penalty against Franklin.
Offsides on the defense.
Jumped into the neutral zone, so it'll make it a 3rd down and 5 for the Mountaineers.
So, yeah, to put that to bed, we apologize to the Jonas Howard family and Keith and Hope West. Sorry, guys. I hate to hear that Jed's not in the ball game, but Jonas Howard seems to be a formidable quarterback himself. Going to get a hold right there, guys, I believe.
Howard takes off. He's still moving.
Or a block in the back.
Flag at the line of scrimmage. And normally that is an offensive foul. We'll check the marker, and it is going against the Tuscola Mountaineers. It will be a holding call. That'll be a big one. That'll push it back 10 yards. Speaking of penalties, we had this discussion at the end of last week's game, Byron, and I looked up the rule about pass interference. In 2013, the NFHS changed the national rule in high school ball for automatic first down.
Okay.
It's a 10-yard penalty. Since it's a 10-yard penalty, a lot of times it just looks like it's an automatic first down.
Right. Gotcha. So it's not an automatic first down.
Not anymore.
Okay. I hope Billy Van Hook's listening. Billy and I were talking about that, I think, last week, too. So.
Yeah, I looked it up in the rule book, and it was at one point an automatic first down, but within 10 years they've changed it. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 15. Howard drops deep, stands, plants, nobody home, as he just airmails that one down to about the 28-yard line. There were 3 Panthers around the football, but it just drops aimlessly to the Panther pit turf, and it's 4th down. And here comes the punting unit for Coach Jonathan Crompton and the Tuscola Mountaineers.
13, Bryant Oncia. Got a little mixed up on that route, or Jonas Howard did one. He broke it off early, Mike.
Yeah, I think there's a little miscommunication. He looked like he was running a little stop route or something, and the quarterback was wanting him to run a go route. That's what I saw. Uh-oh.
Snap able to be secured, and the punt going to hit and take a great Tuscola roll to about the 25-yard line. Christopher Wells, the kicker, able to secure that snap that was a little high.
Wyatt Cantrell not really sure what to do with that one. I tell you what, Josh Brooks was sure.
Oh, yeah, you could hear that. Catch the dang ball. That cost us 12-15.
Yeah, and it's, man, you can, in football, this phase of the game, that phase of the game, special teams, it means so much. And people overlook it, have a tendency to overlook it.
Well, the team spends a lot of time in practice on that, and then you know how it goes. He runs up there and tries to catch it. It bounces off his shoulder pads, and all of a sudden he's getting scolded for fumbling.
Yeah.
So
they
may have been a good call.
On 1st down, Nickerson, the fullback, gets the carry to about the 28-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 7. I just checked some of the comments, and we did have somebody also confirming to us that quarterback is Jonas.
Yeah, again, I apologize. The 5 and the 8, it did.
We're old.
Yeah,
we're
getting obviously
cross-eyed.
Yeah, this is not working out. We apologize to everyone.
Well, you know what they say about assumptions.
Oh, yes.
2nd and 7.
Heard that many times.
Tuscola almost jumped into the neutral zone, but no flags come out. We're down to 7 on the play clock as Bradley takes the snap, hands. It's Sutton to the 34-yard line. He's about 2 yards shy of the line to gain, so it's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Panthers. 3rd down and 2 as we tick under 3 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Glad that you are with us on YouTube and Facebook tonight. George Young, Byron McClure, Mike Wood on the sidelines. Clinton Taylor, executive producer, along with our fine camera folks, Philip and Christine, tonight on the Franklin Panther Sports Network. 3rd and 2. Sutton. 1st down.
There we go.
Push back at the 37, maybe the 38 he'll be marked at.
Guys, I don't know what it looked like to begin with, but Jacob Gibson just ended up in straight pancake position on somebody out there.
Yeah, very nice from that front line. The second level had to make the tackle, and Addicts busting through that hole with some fierce power.
Bunch of bust out of here, and you got Jacob in that right tackle position. He's just going to ride that kid all the way to the ground. Good job by the O-line. 1st down.
Play fake. Bradley going deep. Underthrew it, and it's going to be picked off. No, he dropped it.
Oh, wow.
Brian Ancilla had it in his grasp, but couldn't come to the ground with it.
Just underthrown right there, guys, and can't believe. I don't know how it was. Was there a fight for it in the air?
Yeah, the receiver made a pretty good move on the ball there. Played a little defense.
Knocked it away. And also, Brock Bradley was under some duress and just had to get it out of there as quickly as possible, and it may have even been tipped. 2nd and 10 at the 38 of their very own with 2:09 left in the first quarter. This is the second offensive possession for the Panthers here in the ball game. Sutton.
Good all.
40. Addicts Sutton all the way down to the 32-yard line.
I'm going to tell you, man, offensive line, Mike, they look like they came to play tonight.
Yeah, another nice big hole there for Addicts.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Jacob, don't be hitting Addicts. We got to keep him. But watch this right here. Great job, Miguel Diaz, Jacob Gibson just sealing off guys, creating the gap there. And like I've said before, and I'd say this to Addicts, he's not going to outrun many people, but that right there was a nice burst of speed to get to the secondary, a big gain and a 1st down for the Panthers.
He's kind of blessed with daddy's speed, isn't he?
In the Tuscola territory, the Panthers march. Sutton gets the call once again.
Another nice hole.
Not able to get much of a breather. Sutton able to get down to the 30-yard line.
Mike, I've not only do I know the young man personally, but I've had the opportunity to coach him in various situations. And Addicts, the two things about Addicts that stand out are just smart and tough. And on a high school football team, you'll take that every day.
Yeah, and that's Sutton blood. You know, that's tough blood. Those kids are strong.
60 seconds left in the first on 2nd down and 7. Sutton gets the call once again, right up the middle. He's fighting his way to the 27-yard line. 3rd down and about 4 coming up. You have to snap it before the time expires here in the first quarter.
That clock running is a good thing for us, too.
Oh, man, I say.
Turn that clock up.
I say.
3rd and 4. Ball spotted down to the 27 of the Tuscola Mountaineers. Take it all the way down. Have to snap it with about 7 on the game clock. Down to 5 on the play clock. And now Coach Josh Brooks has to call timeout. He's not happy about that. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left
here in the first quarter. And a timeout briefly because they would have gotten a penalty if not. The play was not in just yet. Let's see if we can check a couple of scores. I know it's early on here, just 5 minutes till 8 o'clock. T.C. Robertson already up on North Buncombe. I believe they started at 7 o'clock. 28-0, that's in the second quarter. A.C. Reynolds blowing out Inca 30-0, that's in the second. Irwin and Asheville locked in a good one. And Leicester tonight, Asheville on top 8-7. Swain and Madison are scoreless. Also, Mountain Heritage and Rodsmet are scoreless. And West Henderson up big already on East Henderson, 27-0. That is in the first quarter. And Smoky Mountain up on North Henderson first quarter, 6-0. And one more to pass along before we get back to action. Murphy on top of New Faith Christian, 15-6. That's in the first quarter as well.
Guys, Ronnie Van Hook chiming in here. Attic Sutton was 60 yards rushing already in the first quarter.
3rd and 4. Bootleg for Bradley. Fires into traffic. Incomplete. 5.1 seconds left on the game clock here in the first quarter. So 4th down and 4 for the Panthers. Looks like they're going to keep the offense out.
I've not got the best angle, George, but that looked like that was going to be a tough throw either way.
Yeah.
Coverage tight there. Mike Wood probably saw it better than us.
Yeah, you got this long, lanky corner out here. Pretty tough to get by him. Pretty good player here.
What is he, about 6'3", 6'4"? I mean, he looks
he's at 6'3" at least.
Yeah.
There's 12 on the play clock. Now down to 10 on the play clock. And another timeout going to be called by Coach Josh Brooks. So we're going to take a break. Stay with us.
We'll go ahead and
Fourth down and 4. 3.9 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bradley under center. Another bootleg. Firing it. Complete. First down inside the 20 as the horn sounds. It's Nickerson. Marked out of bounds at the 15.
That's good enough for another Panther.
The Panthers will have great field position. They get the second quarter.
Into the first. Panthers lead 3-0.
Gutsy call on 4th down. Stay with us, fans. We'll take a break. Our fans, welcome back. 12 minutes up on the scoreboard. Second quarter underway. Bradley gets the shotgun snap, hands to Sutton. Got to push it near side. Upended at about the 8-yard line. Game 6 does Sutton.
Guys, I can tell you, last week the offensive line played pretty darn good. Definitely the best I'd seen them all year. But tonight they seem to have a little bit more energy, a little bit more swagger. Mike, what's the feel down there?
Oh, I think he took his headset
Mike,
off.
he was having a conversation with somebody.
Oh.
Yeah, Jim saw something on the sidelines. He was just relaying it to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, we were just talking about that old line, Mike. Energetic tonight.
Yeah, they are. Well, they were challenged and doing a great job.
2nd and 4. Again, it's Sutton. And Attic Sutton close to the line to gain. He had to get down to the 4. We'll see where they mark it. could be first and goal for the
Tackle by
Panthers
number 26, Bolden.
if it's a left-footed or
Super
right-footed
close
spot.
for first down. And they give it to the
They're going to drop the
Panthers.
chains across the way. It will be first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, baby.
First and goal at the 4.
Man,
The clock continues to roll. We're down to 10 minutes and 47 seconds now in the second quarter.
it's working out pretty good here for the Panthers tonight, guys. This is telling you now, this is the right recipe for an upset. Running the clock, running the football.
Sutton spins. Close, but he's about 2 inches shy. They're going to mark him right at the goal line. Going to be second and goal.
It's all right. We'll take 30 more seconds off that clock.
Yeah, with a 40-second play clock now. You could drain a lot of that game clock with a ball control offense.
You know, and an offensive line allows you. Watch this.
see if he
Sutton
gets
off
in.
the right side. No, he's short.
Yeah.
He's about a foot short.
I'll just stretch it. Nickerson behind that offensive line. Into the end zone, touchdown, Franklin.
Yeah, let's give that TD to the offensive line there, all the way down the field, just chomping down and driving it in for the Panthers.
Great job again, Maverick Waldrop, Miguel Diaz, Bryson Gibbs, Jacob Gibson, Logan Deal, just pounding up front. And the senior, Nickerson, gets the payoff.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
Panthers lead.
And the Panthers now up 10-0 with 9:47 left in the second quarter. Let's steal away for a quick break. Stay with us, fans. Back after this.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Welcome back. As you see, the lights and the smoke coming across the Panther pit after the cannon fired. Panthers now up 10-0 over the Mountaineers of Tuscola. It's Sinclair that will tee it up and kick it away to the Mountaineers. Williamson back deep, and he's just going to see it sail over his head into the end zone. Touchback.
Gosh.
Byron, this young man play soccer, or where did he come from? Help me out.
I think so. I don't know. Again, I pulled up here first game, Mike, and was just amazed because and look, we got a kid down there with a really good leg. I mean, the Riddle kid is fantastic, and then this kid shows up, and he's kicking kickoffs. Like, there was one in the end zone. I'm like, wow, nice kick. Does it again. I cannot state how huge that is.
Yeah. You know, it's 20 yards because
Absolutely.
The average return last year, I may be off a yard or two, but the opposing team started on like the 38-yard line on average.
That's exactly my point.
Jonas hands off. It's Williamson, and he is going to be upended at about the 25. Late flag. We will check this marker.
That offensive lineman, when he threw the flag at him, he looked down like they were bringing you the check at lunch, Byron. What is that? Me?
You've seen that look before.
Oh, yeah.
That's where my arms start going back in my shirt.
That was
Can't reach
great.
it. I just can't reach. That'll be a holding on Tuscola. That is a big foul all the way back to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and 20. Approaching 9.5 left, first half. Jonas Howard drops, chased, flushed. Howard, 20, 25. And Howard able to gain about 18 yards on the scramble. Marking back at the 26, so a 16-yard gain for Jonas Howard, the junior quarterback.
Not sure how many we were rushing there, guys, but I guess we just got spread out of the middle here going around. Absolutely. There was nobody up the middle. Jonas Howard tucks it and runs, and man, he's got some feet.
Back to action. Another flag comes out. So about the line to gain goes Jonas Howard. But again, we've got Laundry on the field. And we'll check the mark. A lot of pointing. Going to be a hold on Tuscola. 2 big holding calls on this offensive possession from Tuscola. That'll be a 10-yarder. And push it back inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 16 now with 8:57 left in the second.
Tuscola this is only third time with the football, guys, and they had it for roughly 3 minutes in all of that first quarter. Can't do much like that.
Jonas Howard grabs the shotgun snap. Plants, heaves, nobody home. Flag comes out.
Whoa.
Could be pass interference or hold, as the pass was intended for Bryant Ancia. And the flag was thrown right at where 2 defenders were at. Yep, going to be pass interference. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. And
no automatic first down.
The first down marker.
But it will be a first.
It will be just enough. We'll mark it at the 31. Had to get to the 30-yard line. Jonas Howard grabs that snap, takes off. Howard, push back. Attic Sutton stood him up at the line of scrimmage. In fact, they'll say a loss of a yard. That'll be officially a sack back at the 30-yard line. A sack for Attic Sutton. Blew the play dead as Sutton slung him back. .8:20 with a moving clock. A fast-moving first half. Low snap. Howard drops, fires to the far side, and it's incomplete as, again, he was trying to hit Brian Ancia and airmailed him. Third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
Third down, 11 for the Mountaineers. Opening night of conference play for the Mountaineers. Did not play last week at an open date. Panthers open up conference play against East Henderson with a 24-8 victory. Howard drops again. Heaves. Picked off! Wyatt Cantrell picks it off and out of bounds at about the 36.
See a hold on the return.
I believe it's on the return.
There is a flag on the very far sideline.
Yeah, I didn't see the hold, but I saw the signal.
See, we'll see the hold on the replay here. Underthrew his intended receiver. Yeah, I think it was on number 7.
Still, though, great play. Wyatt Cantrell on the interception, guys. Is that right?
The Wyatt Insurance Player of the Game last week, I believe.
There we go, Mike Wood.
Okay. It appears to be holding on the return after the interception.
So the Panthers will take over after the holding call at the 44 of the Tuscola Mountaineers. A great field position for Brock Bradley and company, up 10-0. And looking for more with 7:56 left in the second. Sutton cuts it up. Attic Sutton. Tracked down from behind.
Yes, sir.
At the 17.
Oh, I think Attic's heard our digs about his top end speed, took it personal. What a great run. And I'm telling you, man, Attic's is getting better at this so far every game. Watch here. Set. Oh, nice kick-out block there. I think it was Logan Deal gave Addicks the opportunity to get out there. Makes a guy miss. Now, he's not Barry Sanders, but he made a guy miss, guys. And here we are inside the red zone, 1st and 10. And Addicks Sutton has got to be close to 100 yards rushing.
Gabe Nickerson bruises his way to about the 15. They'll mark him back at the 16. So a 2-yard gain for Gabe Nickerson as we approach 7 minutes left.
So, Mike, I'm going to double up on you here. I say tonight, Addicks Sutton, we go down a couple of booths here and tell Bobby Cuppers and the guys, Addicks Sutton making a case for Waya Insurance Player of the Game. Addicks is going to have to take 5 or 6 guys to the huddle house tonight to eat or something. Because these guys are just making it too easy.
There are some good holes being made by that O-line tonight. Really good to see.
Officially a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Sutton with it. Down to the 14. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 8.
Man, just chipping away at it, though.
3rd down and 8.
Oh, you know what? It's time for the 2023 edition of Mike, what would you call here?
You know I stay silent on that.
Well, when we're not on commercial anyway.
Brock Bradley fires. Nickerson's got it. Out of bounds at the 5-yard line. That's enough for a Panther first down.
Great call, Mike Wood. Whatever, if you help there.
I saw you signaling that play in there.
Good job by Brock Bradley. He had a funny little twist here at the end, but he got it off. Look at that. Had the little leg kick at the end. But
a little jump pass on
nice little pass there.
Yeah, he's putting it on the spot tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah, like I said, he's not throwing it down the field, but in these short routes, Mike, and you well know this, there's a lot to throwing it to the right side of the receiver's body, keeping it away from the defense. Brock's done a great job with that the last couple of weeks.
And, you know, Coach Josh teaches low to high, so if he's open, he has to give it to him.
1st and goal, Sutton. End zone, touchdown, Franklin.
Right over the right side there, the big guard and tackle opened up another big hole for Addicks to barrel in for another 6.
16-0 with 5:46 left here in the second.
Franklin Panthers hitting their stride, guys. Watch this replay. Now, again, a great job. Gabe Nickerson, get out of the way. Addicks Sutton's ready to score. Good job.
Here's Daniel Riddle. Low snap. To get it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 17-0 with 5:46 left, second quarter. We'll take a break. Stay with us.
Join Backlot Cinema and the Blue Ridge Bartram Trail Conservancy for Walking with Bartram, a section hike of the Bartram Trail through Georgia and North Carolina. Streaming now on YouTube and Facebook.
In open space, Hanley at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Davis hits one into right pretty well. Right fielder backpedaling. It's out of here.
Sinclair's teed it up. This one's not going to reach the end zone. Going to be gathered into about the 5, up to the 20, 25, to about the 30-yard line. Goes KJ Vane. And the Mountaineers have decent field position. Mark it back at the 29.
And that's a prime example. Even a deeply kicked ball that doesn't go in the end zone, to your point, Mike, is now starting on the 30 instead of the 20.
Big difference in high school football there, 10 yards.
Great shot of Coach Jonathan Crompton, his first year in the huddle, coaching up his offense. Trailing now 17-0. 5:37 left, second quarter.
and athletic trainer Lynette Gibson for being here.
Remember when we beat him over here in 2003, I think it was?
Oh,
What a fantastic game that was.
Somehow got the play out. There was no time left on the play clock as Jonas takes off. Flag comes out during the run.
I have a feeling we're getting ready to see a steady die to that.
We'll check the marker now. Nobody was set. Like the offense was not set.
Yeah, I saw some jersey come away with a hand. There's going to be a hold.
Oh, a late flag goes way in the air from the far side, so that's probably on the Tuscola bench.
That's going to be first and goal from Frogtown.
It's a hold against Tuscola. Sideline warning on Tuscola. So just the holding call will be assessed. The next sideline issue, they'll throw a flag for 15 yards. 5:32 left after all the penalties. Tuscola will be scrimmaging from their own 23-yard line. Jonas Howard and company. As Howard takes off. He's out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain for the 26.
You know, and again, guys, Jonas Howard looks he looks good doing whatever he does, but he obviously is more effective with his feet than he is with his arm. I have a feeling we're going to, even as much as Jonathan Crompton likes to throw the football, they'll throw it to keep us honest, but we're going to see him try to make plays with his feet.
Second and 12. Howard fires as his man. Caught about 3 yards shy of the line to gain. It was Bridger Jones, the junior wide receiver. Steps out 2 yards shy. 3rd and 2, 5:17 left in the second. Do appreciate you joining us on our platforms of Facebook and YouTube of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. A lot of folks tuning in tonight. Howard stumbles his way for the first down, out of bounds at about the 45.
Get just enough, and it was going to be close if he went down. He was stumbling, bumbling there for just a second. I didn't catch the Panther defender that first got to him. All right, so that was Reed Raby that got a hand on him, but he was able to stand up and get the first down. He's an athlete.
Is that Ryan's boy?
That is Ryan's boy.
All right.
5:08 left. Stops the clock here in the second. Howard heaves. Caught at about the 40-yard line. That's Jones again. Bridger Jones caught it, stumbled, taken down right at the 40. Raby again there on the tackle. So the Tuscola Mountaineers, one of their best drives of the night, if not their best, into Panther territory.
Deep route takes the corner out of the play, and the receiver just settles down there underneath.
A timeout called by the Tuscola Mountaineers. As Jonathan Crompton wants to talk things over with 4:53 left in the second. Coming up next week, fans, we've got more broadcast for you of Panther Athletics. Monday, boys soccer right here at the Panther Pit, 7 o'clock. It's the Battle of Cowie Mountain. And then Tuesday, the 13-1 Lady Panthers volleyball team will take on the Pisgah Sugar Bears at the Panther Den, 6 p.m. or so, usually about 6:30 or so. We'll have both of those live streams next week here on the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. And to keep track of all the stuff we do, we invite you to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page. Also, follow us on Instagram, and we'll keep you in the know. Get notifications when we go live. 2 timeouts left for Tuscola on our live scoreboard. 1 left for the Panthers. Howard drops, heaves.
Ball. Nice D.
Incomplete.
Nice play.
As it was underthrown, and both defender and receiver fought for it. Let's see the replay.
Guys, that was good defense by number 4 right there. He stayed in his chest the whole way on the cut.
And did not let him cross him either.
Nope.
No, really good play by Braylon DeZarn.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. You kind of had a feeling out of the timeout that Jonathan Crompton was going to try one deep.
Yeah.
And try to get a quick chunk of yards. Howard again looks to fire, has a receiver. It's caught and belted out of bounds.
Wow.
Pass complete to KJ Vang. And then Aiden Sizemore knocks him out of bounds. That will move the sticks, though. Mark it out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Nice tackle there by number 10.
The Mountaineers are moving. Howard looks to fire. Jump ball, and it is out of bounds. Near the pylon. Pass was intended for Amos Rich. First pass thrown his way all night. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Amos, one of 3 guys for Tuscola coming into the game that averaged over 50 yards receiving per game.
.432 left. Second quarter. Biggest drive of the night for the Mountaineers. And a flag procedure going against the Tuscola Mountaineers.
Is that us? Or that was Tuscola?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some movement on the line of scrimmage.
I saw the response. I know I saw some red come, but that was in response to the movement. Always good to have a student section.
And a mic down there to catch the audio.
Yeah.
We haven't had that recently.
No, man, it's good to have you back, Woody.
Man, it feels great to be on the sideline.
4:31 left in the second. 2nd and 15 after the penalty. Pressure.
There we go. Come on.
Gets out of it. Howard.
Oh, man.
Green grass. 30. Cuts it up 20. Belted down at about the 18. He might have got enough for a first down.
Man,
looks like he did.
Oh, what an opportunity loss. We had him back there. We brought a couple of blitzers, I know. And Gabe Nickerson gets back there. Who is that? Somebody gets a hand on him, and he's tough to get down.
Yep.
He's only weighs 175 pounds, but Jonas is very strong in his lower half.
Under
Great
4
balance.
minutes left. First down for the Mountaineers at the 18. Straight quarterback keep. Howard out of bounds inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tuscola Mountaineers.
Had a defender get there, just didn't have the right angle. I don't know who that was, if that was Talon Smith or Aiden Sizemore.
I think it was Smith.
Yeah, Talon just should have took a little bit better angle.
Once again, that 50-50 drawing number is 73740.
We got a timeout on the field. Tuscola wants to talk it over. With 3:49 left, they'll burn their second timeout. They've got one more left. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. We resume action at the pit. Glad that you're with us once again. I've just checked the comments, and they are flowing in, especially on YouTube. A lot of folks watch it on Facebook as well. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Judging by the numbers already, we are probably heading towards the biggest audience we have had all season for Panther football. Of course, this is only our 3rd game, only 4 home games this season. So only one more after tonight. That's in October. That'll be senior night against the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Appreciate you.
Biggest crowd, huh? Go ahead, Mike.
I'm not going to say anything. I've got all my family watching.
It's not ironic. Howard shotgun to the end zone. Jump ball. Knocked away at the last minute.
Yeah, I mean, and again.
Sizemore, I think, that knocked it away.
No, I think it's
Wyatt Cantrell.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to isolate that. Maybe not. No, I take that back. That is Sizemore. No, that is
Cantrell,
Wyatt. Yeah. A big mismatch there. 6'3" against, I don't know why it is not 6'3". I'll put it that way. But you could see they slowly set that one up.
2nd and goal. Howard takes off. And is he in? He dove for it. Yep. Touchdown, Tuscola. But there is a flag on the play. Flag at about the 2-yard line.
Well, I see a hold right there.
I think that's probably what they have called. Yeah, he dove and went into the air. Dangerous. And it's going to be a hold on Tuscola, so that's going to be a biggie. That'll push it all the way back to the 12-yard line. 13.
We don't have the manpower, and I don't have enough fingers and toes to keep up with the count, but that's a lot of penalty yards tonight for the Mountaineers.
And we'll see if we can find that out at the half with Rodney and Warren. We need like a button for Rodney and Warren. Hey, give us this stat. Hey, give us this stat.
Or we could just lean back and yell.
That too. 2nd and goal from the 13. Howard fires, incomplete. Too tall for his intended receiver. He was trying to hit Amos Rich.
Bring up
3rd and goal from the 13.
3rd down and goal.
It feels like, guys, they've had the ball for 8 minutes. This possession is only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long.
Panther fans, we got
a lot of incomplete passes
going on here with the defense.
3rd and goal from the 13. And we've got whistles.
We got a timeout. Coach Josh saw the different personnel package come in, looked over at Coach Bradley, the defensive coordinator, and said, let's look at this a minute.
Well, timeout. That's the final timeout for Coach Josh Brooks here in this first half. 3:31 left. 3rd and goal coming up. Fans, stick with us at the half, whatever that may be. As we thought it was going to be a quick second quarter, but it has turned out to be a long one. But coming up, we're going to have a special presentation at the beginning of halftime, and then we'll have the Panther Marching Regiment on the field. They'll be performing their entire show, about 8 minutes worth of the Panther Marching Regiment. Stay with us. We've got a lot to get to at the half, and we will have some stats at the halftime break from Rodney and Warren to pass along. So the Mountaineers will spread the field as it is again Jonas Howard working in the gun as he has throughout the night.
I don't know what their kicking situation is, but you got to think this might be a two-play situation for Tuscola.
Howard heaves it. Caught. Touchdown, Tuscola. The back of the end zone.
Yeah, good route by there. That inside receiver 19, little out and up. Had the height advantage. Good pass there.
Seed Jackson. His first target, his first catch, and his first touchdown. Pocket held. Nice pitch and catch. And then before the point after, Tuscola is going to call timeout.
Timeout, Tuscola.
So they are going to burn their final timeout, so either team has exhausted their timeouts here in the first half. 3:24 left. We will keep it here for the point after touchdown by Tuscola. It's their first points so far tonight. And the most impressive drive so far for Coach Jonathan Crompton and his offense.
Either way, Panthers will get the ball back with a little over 3 minutes left before halftime. We'll also get the football coming out of the half.
Looks like Tuscola setting up in a
So it looks like Tuscola wants to go for 2. So
two-point conversion.
asking the question about the kicking situation. I think you've got your answer. Howard takes off. Howard stretches. Does he get in? No. The 2-point conversion, no good. 17-6, 3:24 left, second quarter as we head to break. Stay with us. Christopher Wells tees it up for the Mountaineers. He will kick it away. Back deep. Wyatt Cantrell for the Panthers.
Wells putting the ball in play for Tuscola. Cantrell back deep for the Panthers.
And it's going to be Wyatt Cantrell at his 7. Cantrell dragging a defender to the 26. The Panthers have decent field position. 3 minutes, 16 seconds left, first half.
With 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
Biggest thing right here, though, guys, it would be great to get down and get field goal position, but you got to take care of this football, too. Tendency here is to want to fight, get a first down, fight through the tackles, keep the chains moving, give yourself a chance for points, but what you don't want to do is them end up with football on your side of the field.
Yeah, the Panthers' losses this season, that's been the bugaboo. Turnovers, penalties. Sutton, the 26, maybe the 27-yard line.
1 yard gain on the play.
Actually, a really nice tackle. I thought Addix was still going to get out there.
Too. Only a yard gain. 2nd and 9.
To be honest with you, those are the kind of carries that are tough on your running back. You carry, rushes 20 yards for a 1 yard gain. What seems like 20 yards anyway. Long way.
10 on it, play clock. Approaching 2.5 left, first half. Sutton again. Sutton chopped down for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and it's important right here. Now, I know we're already at third down, but offensive line has to maintain intensity. Maintain intensity right here. You do not want to give this football up too early because Jonathan Crompton has a million pass routes he's getting ready to dump on us. And a quarterback who looked like in that last series got a little bit more comfortable with delivering the football to his teammates.
10 on the play clock, draining all of that play clock. We're down to 6. Snap it with 4. Sutton cuts it back, and Sutton able to get up to about the 32, maybe the 31. Does gain about 5, maybe 6, but it's going to be 4th down, and definitely you will see the punting unit after they drain some clock. So you're going to be able to drain it down to about 57 seconds before you have to snap it.
But, I'm just going to tell you, a lot of people won't take this right, but I just think that was a wasted timeout a minute ago on the 2-point conversion. If you had it right now, you could, I don't know. I think both coaches would like to have their timeouts back at this point. A lot of wasted timeouts, I believe, for both sides. And before the snap, is there a flag? Nobody can call timeout.
Illegal substitution by Tuscola.
Oh, there's the flag all the way back at the 48-yard line. And it's going to be a substitution penalty on Tuscola. Well, may have to measure this. That'll be a 5-yarder.
Yeah, that's enough for another Panther.
And it's going to be a first down for the Panthers.
Man, that is woo.
It's delicious.
Oh, that is delicious.
Good gracious.
Woo, I didn't think it was going to be I didn't know. I thought we were like 6 yards away. Yeah, nice. We'll take it. We'll take it. And then somebody goes set a firecracker down the backside of every one of those linemen. Let's keep it going, guys.
Well, you've got, now the clock starts to tick, 57 seconds. So they will take it down. We're at 32 on the play clock. I'll say that. They have a chance here. Bradley, throwback. Sutton, caught at the 40, at the 30. Attic Sutton, can he make it? 10-5, touchdown.
Wow. Man. Somebody might not make the bus ride back home tonight.
Nice.
What a turn of events.
Little throwback to Addicts. Good fake by the quarterback. A big boost going into halftime.
Man, what a wonderful and ode to Coach Josh. What a play call right here. The fake to Addicts and then the throwback play. There's nobody. And then you watch that Olympic speed, Addicts going down the sideline there. It's all right, number 30. You're a hero tonight, buddy.
Kick is up. The kick is good. 24-6 with 36.6 seconds left. Tuscola didn't bite. Attic Sutton able to get out of the backfield. Nobody was covering him. And then the question whether or not he was going to be able to make it.
Look at that. I mean, and I'm going to tell you something, all joking aside again, number 30, I don't care how fast they're in there, that kid, he's making tackles. He's already got over 100 yards rushing. That's a long run. That's a long run.
It was. Dew is starting to settle here on this cool evening, dropping into the 50s. Will Sinclair is teeing it up. We'll see if he decides to kick it short. It will be a returnable kick. Williamson at the 10, 15, 20. Williamson to the 28. Tuscola has 29.6 seconds left. And they'll scrimmage from their own 28.
Man, what a turn of events, guys. Seriously, I mean, that you go through. We're sitting here talking like with 1:50 left on the clock. They have no timeouts left, but they're getting ready to get the ball back. Illegal substitution gives us 5 yards in the football back, and then man, what a call up there by Josh Brooks.
It was a flag at the end of the play. And it's over near the Tuscola sideline. It looks like it's going against the Mountaineers. It's a personal foul on Tuscola.
They got to have 12, 15 penalties.
It's not a good look. I'm just going to be honest with you. It is not a good look. It's been very undisciplined, and I know they got a lot of young men over there not dressed out tonight, but I don't know if that's got them a little off kilter. But man, they've been undisciplined.
Take a knee here. Let the clock tick down.
All right, honestly,
double
guys, how many of you want to bet with the season we've had right now, we would be up 24-6 at the half against Tuscola? What an effort so far.
The fact that there's 24 points in the board, I think it's a shot.
Yeah.
Halftime here at the pit, 24-6. Both teams will head into the locker room. And the Panthers will head into the locker room with a little bit of pep at the step. And we're going to have a halftime presentation. I've been told it's going to be very, very shortly after both teams head into the locker room. So we're going to keep it here for the time being. And then we'll have the Panther marching regiment come onto the field. We got 15 minutes on the clock. We'll start to roll here in a second.
Got a presentation, huh?
That's what we've been told. I'm going to check a couple of scores. It's our luck. The moment we had to break, that's when they start the presentation. See if we can get some halftime updates. At the half, AC up on Inca 44-0.
When you're ready, you give me a big
Smoky
thumbs
Mountain
up.
up on North Henderson 13-0 at the half.
That's a big thumb. We'll start.
Swain is up 21-3 on Madison at the half. All right, we will join the special presentation
of Macon County Schools and multiple nonprofits and parks in Franklin. On August the 27th, they did it again and went and swarmed school campuses and got dirty and loved their town. Instead of showing up to Sunday morning on a regular church service, church members brought the church to the community. Time and time again, Discover Church has stepped up where the school wasn't able due to funds or whatever it was, financially or manpower, and not once have they ever asked for anything in return. Specifically at Franklin High School this year, volunteers hauled and spread nearly 200 bales of pine straw across the FHS campus to prepare for student arrival the next day. In addition to this, in August, Discover Church also fills backpacks with school supplies for local students. Also, each December, Discover will also work closely with counselors at FHS and other Macon County schools each December to ask their members once again to love their town and spend a Sunday morning in Franklin buying gifts for students in need as well as students in foster care. Thank you, Discover Church, for your commitment to loving our town and the children of Macon County. Presenting Pastor Ben Wendell with an appreciation plaque is our FHS cheer team. Panther fans, let's get loud and show our appreciation for Discover Church and what they do for Macon County schools.
All right, there's the special presentation. Discover Church, the band, has made their way out on to the field. They are just about ready to perform, I believe, pretty much their entire show, about 8 minutes worth, under the direction of first-year band director Daniel Ball. Good to see them out in uniform. Of course, last week we didn't see the band because it was homecoming. And then the other broadcast that we had here in 2023 was the first game of the year. And, of course, they were still getting settled in and did not perform their entire show, just one song. They'll perform to the masses here. A very nice crowd, too. I don't know if we've mentioned it enough. Panthers sideline is pretty much packed, and Tuscola has brought a big contingent from the Hazelwood, Clyde, Waynesville Metroplex.
Okay, you got it in.
Yeah. Now, Canton is not included. Canton is not included in that Metroplex.
No.
Hazelwood, Clyde.
That's a whole nother metropolitan statistical area, George, if you want to get technical.
Don't forget to
The band again getting set up. You see the crowd here at the pit.
All non-profitable athletics.
Yeah, we got
the Boosters Club on the visitor side.
Got them decked out in uniforms tonight. This is going to be good.
Boosters Club.
Fans, as I mentioned, coming up on a Monday, got more FPSN coverage. Live stream of boys soccer. That's coming up Monday. This is the Battle of Cowie Mountain here at the Panther Pit. Boys soccer. And then on Tuesday, it's volleyball action. Pisgah and Franklin. 6:30 or so.
Love listening to these kids. I do want to talk to the new band director about the fight song, though. Maybe we can switch it up a little bit.
It looks like they are just about ready to entertain the masses. Daniel Ball, the new band director, taking over for Buddy Huckabee. I don't know if Buddy is tuned in tonight. He was last week and let us know. Tuned in Charleston, South Carolina.
Here, what I can tell you this. Every band we've had over the past few years, whether I like the fight song or not, we played the heck out of it. We were good at it.
It's good when you're playing the fight song a lot. That means you're usually scoring a lot. You know, no matter what the fight song is.
All right, please welcome to the field for your halftime entertainment, the Franklin High School Marching Panther Regiment. The Marching Panther Regiment is playing a selection from the 2023 halftime show, The Jungle.
Panther fans, the band hopes you enjoyed a selection of their 2023.
That's the Panther Marching Regiment, the halftime entertainment. All right, fans, more to come here at the half. Stay with us.
In open space, Hanley at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Davis hits one into right pretty well. Right fielder backpedaling. It's out of here.
At this time, would you pay attention to the 40-yard line on the east side? We would like to take a few moments to present the Franklin High School Athlete of the Month Award. This award is sponsored by First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental. Corbin Dental is a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion of service to the community, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. Founded in Smithfield, North Carolina, and managed by the same family for 3 generations, First Citizens has been helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. The September 2023 Franklin High School Athlete of the Month Award goes to a member of the women's tennis team, Miss Kate Phillips. Kate is a junior at FHS and is currently the #1 singles seed. She played the first half of the season as the #2 singles seed with a record of 7-0. Kate and her doubles partner, Abigail Angel, are #1 in doubles with a 7-0 record. Kate has been named as a player to watch for the 2023 WNC tennis season by the Asheville Citizens-Time. In her 2022 season, Kate was named All-State, All-Region, All-Conference, Conference and Regional Champion in doubles, Co-MVP, and NCHSAA Player of the Week for her performance at regionals. Coach Heather Bell states, Kate shows an unwavering dedication to improvement in her skill set and an immense passion for completing and achieving goals. She's a unique competitor in that she has been able to delicately balance a priority on personal growth while maintaining a team-focused mindset. Get on your feet, Panther fans, and congratulate Kate Phillips, Athlete of the Month.
The FHS Athlete of the Month is sponsored by the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental. First Citizens has been helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 100 years. Corbin Dental is a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. The September 2023 Athlete of the Month is Kate Phillips, women's tennis.
My name is Kate Phillips. I'm a junior at Franklin High School and I play women's tennis. Last year I got all region and all state. How I got into women's tennis is my dad had a patient who offered to give me free lessons and I was voluntold into it, but I really liked it, so I kept going. My goals after high school is to hopefully get a scholarship for tennis. I really, academic-wise, would love to do something with childhood development, but right now I'm looking for a tennis scholarship. My personal goal for this tennis season is to win state with my doubles partner, and our team goal is to either win state or play second for dual team playoffs.
Welcome back, fans. We're at the half. here at the Panther Pit. George Young alongside Byron McClure. Mike Wood on the sideline. Both teams are back out of the locker room. You see the Panthers heading to their respective sideline. The Mountaineers look like they are ready to go on the far sideline. The Panthers will get first possession out of the halftime break quickly. Here's some stats, Byron, from that first half. 221 yards for the Panthers, 138 for the Mountaineers. Pretty balanced for both teams.
Yeah, definitely pretty balanced. The one turnover, of course, cost. That was the interception by Wyatt Cantrell with 7:56 to go in the second quarter. But if you're looking at that right there, I'm telling you, Attic Sutton with a monster night so far. Offensive line just opening up holes for him. 221 yards of offense. That might not sound like a lot, but if you've been around Panther football this year, that is a lot, George. With this, they are really clicking tonight, playing well, and going to get a chance to catch the football here. Start the second half.
The Mountaineers have teed it up, and back deep to receive for the Panthers. It's Cantrell. And it will be Wyatt Cantrell that will receive the opening kick at the 10-yard line. It's up to the 15, now the 20. Cantrell upended at about the 22. That's where the Panthers will start first down and 10. And we welcome back our captain on the field, Mike Wood. I'm sure that was a very happy locker room at the break.
Yeah, it was a real serious locker room. Broke it down. Coach Jay came down, worked with Pickens, and changed a few blocking assignments on some running plays. Josh jotted up a few plays he wants to put in, but very positive, very uplifting. I gave Attic Sutton a big high five. He smiled real big. He's loving tonight.
Definitely. He crossed the 100-yard mark in that first half. Also had some receiving yards as well. He's going to get the tote out of the locker room, and he is going nowhere as immediately he was hit in the backfield. Man, that took him down. 61, his helmet popped off. Tried to put it back on quickly. Jackson Sutton. Two Suttons going at it. Loss of 3.
Yeah, fun. This is a really fun part of the game right here, guys, to see what adjustments both sides have made in that locker room.
Second and 12, just a loss of 2 yards on first down. Attic Sutton, and it's Brock Bradley settling under center. Hands to Sutton once again. Trying to find a little bit of a seam, and he does to the 26. Flag flies, though, and that's in the vicinity of holding.
Probably going to be, and that play looked like it took a second to develop, too. I don't know what the deal was there, but.
There's a flag on the play.
It looks like it's going against the Panthers. You could hear the Tuscola crowd from across the way clapping. And, yeah, it's going to be marked the other way. And it's going to be a holding call on the Panthers. Did we get a total of penalty yards from Rodney?
No, and I'll tell you, that I don't think that deserves a Bronx cheer because it's not like their team was not guilty of that. We saw them on FPSN here. So
2nd and 20 after the holding call. Bradley drops, fires, has a receiver. It's caught up to about the 27. Pass was complete to Braylon DeZarn, and he was able to scoot forward for about 2 more yards. So 3rd and manageable now. You had 2nd and 20. Now it's 3rd and 6.
Man, I'd really like to see them get the ball to Braylon a little bit more. He's a great athlete. But Brock continues to make these short to intermediate throws precisely.
10 minutes, 15 seconds. Third quarter. That clock is a ticking on 3rd and 6. Tuscola stacks the box. Sutton fighting forward.
Man, that's going to be close, guys.
We'll see where they mark it. It looks from this angle like he got it.
That's a big. Wow, that is a big play. I'm just telling you, to start the third quarter, Mike, don't you think what a big play there?
Yeah, the big play was the play before, with the penalty, and they picked up that positive yardage to make a 3rd down possibility. And once again, that quarterback is putting it right in the hands where he needs to put it in that Josh's system low to high. If the low man's open, put it on him, and the quarterback's managing the game really well.
And credit Attic Sutton on that replay. You saw him stretch. He was actually on top of a Mountaineer defender. Looks like it was a pretty good spot. It's Attic Sutton again, pushing it near side, and he cannot turn the corner.
Attic Sutton on the carry, tackled by number 14.
Able though to
not a couple. Yeah, not our best situation there when Attic is having to run east-west to find a place to turn it up the field.
We're going to mark him actually back a little bit than what I thought. He did not gain a yard.
And Coach Jay talked to them a little bit, instead of trying to reach the defender and make the block inside, he said just go ahead and push him to the sideline, and it's Attic's responsibility to cut it upfield. So You'll see a little bit of that develop here the second half.
2nd and 10 at the 33 of the Panthers. On a boot. She has to dump it out of there, and then immediately he was hit. Massive hit by Ansea, and it's no gain, 3rd down.
That disaster was set up by the pressure that Brock was under right here. He just has to throw it off his back foot. If he doesn't have that kind of pressure, he maybe passes on that pass, if you know what I mean. Because there was no yards to be gained and someone to get hurt is basically what that play was going to end up being.
3rd and 9, they say gained a yard.
That was good of him just to hold on to the ball with that hit.
Out of the gun. Bradley drops deep. Being chased. Fires incomplete. He had a intended receiver, but that was more just get it out of there and don't get it intercepted. 4th down and 9.
Yeah, the first time really tonight Brock's not been able to put it where it needs to be for his receiver. But, again, and I guess I didn't realize, is Brock our snap man? Is that number 8 snapping the football out there?
For the Panthers. Number 4 and 14 back for the Mountaineers.
It looks like it.
That's a tough quarterback.
Yeah.
Get on the ground.
Nice kick.
There we go.
Takes a Panther roll to the 27-yard line. It's where the Tuscola Mountaineers take over 1st down and 10. The first offensive possession for Coach Jonathan Crompton's offense here in the second half. 7:51 left, 3rd quarter.
Shout out to my friend Loretta Walker, birthday today, sitting on the back porch of my house, my wife and Brenda watching the broadcast.
Beautiful evening to do that, sitting on the back porch. Dipping into the upper 50s now at the pit, the half moon above us.
We also have a set of keys up here. One of the keys is pink.
I'll see if Coach Crompton changes anything offensively in the locker room. It's in 4 wides as he has throughout the game. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. Jonas takes off. And he's able to dive forward for about a 4, maybe 5-yard gain.
Howard on the carry.
Jonas Howard making a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Took a while for the clock to start there. Wasted about 10 seconds. Should have run off the clock. Howard claps. Got to swing it out. Incomplete.
Yeah, Howard just not the touch on those passes that Jed West would have tonight. Of course, we still don't know. We assume Jed might be injured. The transfer from Smoky Mountain. And normally we don't talk about a kid so much, but the Asheville Citizen-Times wrote 2 articles about this big transfer of Jed West from Smoky Mountain High School to Tuscola.
3rd and 6. Howard takes off. Howard going nowhere. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's a sack.
Well, Talon Smith, guys, last week, for the first time this season, and again, now I have not watched every snap, but was really getting after it last week. And a comment I've made to you a couple times, George, is kids have got to start acting like they're that kid that will run across the field and make the tackle no matter what. And he's done that now for 2 weeks in a row, and right there was an example.
Punting time for the Mountaineers. High snap. I'll get it out of there. Well, the kicker, Wells. Dangerous. Why Cantrell able to keep control?
Coach is saying, why didn't you just let that one bounce?
I wasn't even going to mention it. Oh, what are you going to say it?
Panthers have great field position. They'll mark it at the 43. 1st and 10 near midfield. 3 and out for the Tuscola Mountaineers on their first offensive possession. 6:57 left, third quarter. Panthers with a commanding 24-6 lead.
Good Panther 6-minute drive right here, guys. It'd be beautiful.
Go a long way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Under 10 on the play clock as the snap is to Brock Bradley. He hands to Sutton. Sutton able to make his way out of bounds after about a 4, maybe a 5-yard gain. That's what you want on first down.
Yeah, it's what you want. But, Mike, I tell you, aside from any changes that Tuscola might have made at halftime, man, they are in tight. It's not going to be any easier running the football right here.
Yeah, good point, Byron.
2nd and 4. That's a 6-yard gain for Attic Sutton.
You got 9 guys sitting within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage right here. Oh, get through
Nickerson able to get across the 50 to the 46, maybe the 47. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be close to the line of game. I think he's short. Gabe Nickerson playing pinball right up the middle. It will be enough for the Panther first down.
Man, nice. And a pretty good little trap right there. I didn't catch the lineman that come over for the block, but a good job, just enough yards. Keeps the clock rolling. First down. But again, 9 guys sitting in the box there within just 4 or 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. It is not going to get any easier to run this football right here. So the O-line, the up back, everybody got to grit your teeth.
Yeah, but that's something we've seen quite frequently defending against the Panthers.
Absolutely.
The backside corner's got to stay responsible after that throwback.
Absolutely. I'm sure that was mentioned at halftime.
Nickerson on the carry. Push back at the line of scrimmage. They'll mark him forward progress right at the line. No gain on first down, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And again, a point of emphasis right now with all of those bodies in the middle of the field. If we're running the football, as you say, George, it's a mass of humanity. The one thing you got to be careful about if you're Nickerson or Sutton trying to put the team on your back and fight for another yard or two is don't let go of this football right here. Don't let go of this football. The clock's running. You've got an 18-point lead. Just get your shoulder pads down and go as far as your feet will take you.
2nd down. Sutton. Forward to the 43. He's going to be about 6 yards shy. So 3rd and 6, 4-yard gain for Sutton, ticking towards 4 minutes left.
Guys, I'm going to call out the best ball man in the business, Andre McDonald.
Fastest man on the field every Friday night.
Every Friday, that's right.
Hey, we got a nice text from old Coach Fred Goldsmith down there in Atlanta. Said, hey to everybody. Wonderful. He's watching some Panther football, loving it. He says, this is Panther football. Run that ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, Coach G. It's oddly enough, I was thinking about him driving in today. Thought about sending you a text, Coach. I probably will.
3rd and 6. Sutton. No gain. Might have got to the 40. Going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 for the Panthers. Under 3.5 left in the 3rd. Panthers head to Pisgah next Friday. First visit to Memorial Stadium since 2019.
They're back functional there, a new field and everything, what I hear.
Yep. 2 years they couldn't play in 2021 and 2022, but
good for those kids.
Back to regular field advantage, I guess you could say, the home field advantage. They brought the whistle from the meal over to Memorial Stadium. So the Panthers will kick it away.
For the Mountaineers.
Ashton Choate will kick it. High, spiraling kick. Fair caught.
Nice punt.
At the 13.
Got some good height on that.
Yeah, he did. Great coverage kick.
Cooper Williamson called for the fair catch and received it at the 13. That's where the Mountaineers take over, first down and 10. Neither team has scored here in the second half. Tuscola, their last offensive possession, went 3 and out. Panthers have the next 4 out of 5 on the road to end the year. After next road trip to Canton, they'll head to Hendersonville to take on North Henderson. That's who the Mountaineers will host next Friday at C.E. Weatherby. North Henderson Knights come to Waynesville. Howard pitches it. Still fighting for some yardage. Goes Brian Osea. And Osea is knocked out at about the 21. That's going to bring up a second and short. A second and a yard.
Second down 1.
This was very patient, was Brian Osea. Made it up to the 22. Jonas Howard grabs that shotgun snap. Looks to fire it back across. Finds Osea. First down and more. Osea up to about the 38. That'll move the sticks for the Mountaineers as the senior wide receiver Brian Osea able to gain a chunk of yardage as he got out in open space. First down and 10 for the Mountaineers. And they're going to swing it out. Pass caught. Williamson racing to the sideline, knocked out at the 44. Connor Williamson went hard into the bench. And I think underneath the bench. Is he okay? I think he injured his arm. He's holding it as he went hard underneath the bench here on the sideline.
Slid on the track.
That was a good job by that corner for the Panthers, so not letting them get on the outside. Sealed off that and took them out of bounds.
Did gain 6, second and 4. There's not a lot of grass between the playing surface and the track. Minute 30 left, third quarter. Second and 4 for the Mountaineers. Howard pitches. Ball bobbled. Was it a catch? And incomplete. Okay. It was a pass, technically, and it'll be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't. What do you call it? A little shovel pass or something, I guess, would?
Yep.
And so a forward pass. So, yeah, the minute it hit the turf, it was dead. See there?
Yeah, it went forward.
Only a 2-foot pass, but it was a forward pass.
As it goes forward, doesn't matter. So third and 4.
Third down and 4.
Minute 25 to go, third quarter. George Young, Byron McClure, Mike Wood, our sideline analyst. Glad that you're with us. Going to swing it out. Pass is complete.
Oh, what a tackle.
Nice tackle.
Wyatt Cantrell able to get KJ Vang behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be fourth down.
Wyatt Cantrell, like he shot out of a cannon with a big tackle.
Looks like 4th and 5.
Watch this. Boom. Nice. Nice tackle by the corner there. Sets up a fourth down and about 5.
It's like the